Hey, what's up guys? Tim here. Got another tutorial for you today. We're doing the Paracord Minion Snake Knot Bracelet. So we're revisiting the Paracord Minion. It's something we tied in a previous tutorial, but this time we have incorporated into a snake knot bracelet, as you can see here. Right, so this is the snake knot with buckles, and you can do this with knot and loop, but I just chose to do the buckles. Very easy, and again, this is the previous minion we tied. It's the same thing, but this time attached to a bracelet, so now we can wear your paracord minion, which is really cool. Alright, so just want to give you guys a quick close-up look before we start. And that being said, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so to start off, I've got my paracord here. I have about 8 feet, but I'll annotate the exact amount I use down below. And I've got a 1/2 inch buckle. I've got my navy blue paracord here doubled over. I'm going to start off by doing a cow's hitch onto one end of the buckle. So I'm just going to put the loop through like that. Okay, through the top of the buckle. And then we're going to pull all this through. And now we've got our cow's hitch cinched up like that. And from here we can start the snake knot. And from here it's going to be a little bit different than the original snake knot I taught you. Instead of connected snake knots, these are just going to be single snake knots, one after the other. So the way we do that, we're going to start with the left strand. We're going to loop it around and behind the strand on the right, like this. To show you exactly what I'm doing, see I've got this strand behind this one. And then next we're going to take this strand, we're going to go behind the strand on the left. Just bear with me while I get all the cord through. Behind, and then we're just going to go through this loop we created here. Okay? So this strand goes to here, and we're just going to go right through. It's a single snake knot. I'm sure most of you are already familiar with this knot. Okay, so now we've got our first knot. And I'm just going to cinch it all the way to the top. Like that. Kind of play with it, push it to the top. And that's the first snake knot, and we're just going to continue tying a bunch of those. So that's simple enough. We're going to do, I'm going to have to determine how many knots I do, but based on your length, you're going to want half of the snake knot bracelet up here, the minion in the middle, and then the other half down there. So you'll have to kind of figure out the exact size and length you're doing. Just show you again one more time. A little faster, loop behind, put this strand behind the strand on the left, and then I just pull it through like this. Okay, so I think that snake knot part is simple enough. You guys have seen me use this knot a lot. Okay, so I'm going to continue tying my snake knots down the bracelet, and then I'm going to do the minion in the middle. So as you can see, I've finished tying the first snake knot section of my bracelet. I did about 9 knots. It'll depend on the length of your bracelet, but this is how much I'll need for mine for the midpoint. So next we're going to tie the minion part. Now, I've already done a tutorial on this, but I'll go through it again just to show you. So I've got my piece of yellow paracord. It's about 1.5 feet. I gave myself a little more this time just to make it easier to work with. So I've got the yellow behind the 2 strands here. I'm going to take the strand on the left, bring it over underneath the strand on the right, and we're going to go back through this loop here, and then we're going to pull it tight. Okay, and this will anchor our paracord on here. We'll pull that really tight. Okay. And next we're going to tie our 2 snake knots. So for the next 2 snake knots, I'm going to take the strand on the right. I'm going to go over top and around all 3 strands here, bring that behind like this, and then we're going to take the strand on the left, bring it behind, and go through this loop here like that. Okay, so we're going to close that up like so, put it right underneath the first knot there, cinch it up nicely. Okay, so that's one knot. I'm just going to do that one more time. A little faster this time. Behind. See everything behind like that. And then bring the strand on the left behind as well. And through again. If there's any confusion, you can always refer back to my original Paracord Minion tutorial. Okay, we're going to pull that shut, make sure everything's nice and tight. So as you can see, I ended up using a little more, but I just wanted to make it easier, a little bit more clear as to what I'm doing. Okay, so now we did the sort of yellow head part of the minion, we can do the body next. So next for the body of the minion, we've got another piece of paracord. We're using the lighter blue. It's about another 1.25 feet. So we're going to take this strand, lay it across like this, and then we're going to take this strand, put it underneath the yellow, over top everything on this side, and then you see this space here by my middle finger. We're going to put it through there, like that. Okay, and we'll pull this shut, like so. Right, and then after that we're just going to tie one more snake knot to finish the body of the minion, because I believe the sort of head of the minion is longer than the body. Okay, so again, same knot we did up top. I'll go a little faster for time's sake. So everything around like that. Bring this strand behind all of it, and then through here. It's the same snake knot we tied up top. Okay, I know it's looking a little messy now, but we gotta trim up our cords and tighten everything down. Okay, so we have our body formed now. There we go. So now I'm going to trim these two cords here, the two blue, and then for the hands of the minion, remember we just tie a simple overhand knot like this, and you can just move it all the way to the body like that. Okay, so you do that on both sides. Do it on this side as well. That. Okay, so I'm going to trim the two yellow excess and the two blue, snip and cinch, and then we'll continue tying our snake knot. Actually, sorry, no, we're going to add the feet of the minion right after that. Okay, so I'm just going to do that and we'll add the feet. Alright, so I've trimmed off all the excess to make it a little less confusing. So we've got the body done. Now we're going to add on the feet. I've just got two pieces of gutted black 550 paracord, just about 5-6 inches each. And we're going to just tie a simple Solomon knot to make the feet, as we did before. So we're going to lay that behind. Now you want to tie outwards, or you want to start with the inner strand. Put that over, and that's just a simple Solomon knot. So yeah, left over the strand on the right. Then we're going to put this through here, like that. Okay. So you wanted to go outside, so you get that kind of foot shape on the outside. All right, we're going to do the same thing on here. So start in the middle. Start from the outside. Strand in. Now, sorry for my thumbs blocking everything, but the 550 is pretty small to work with, so, but I'm sure you all know how to tie a Solomon knot at this point. Okay, so now we've got the 2 feet. We're going to snip and singe the excess on each side, like that, and then you can just, after you're done snipping and singeing, you can push them up, and it'll be right below the minion, like that, okay? So I've tied the minion's feet, I snipped and singed the excess, and as you can see what I mean here, I can just push them up till they're right underneath the minion. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what we're going to do from here. We're just going to continue tying our snake knot, and there might be a little gap here just because of the way the feet are. But yeah, I'm just going to continue tying my snake knots from here. And I'm going to tie another 9 snake knots to even out the length of my bracelet. And then we can attach it to the other end of the buckle at the very end. Alright, I've tied the last part of the snake knot weave. We're going to attach the buckle now. I have a couple ways of doing this. I'm actually going to do this my old way, but I will link both methods in the description down below of attaching the buckle. But this was the kind of original method I sort of thought of for attaching the two strands to the buckle. We're going to insert both strands through the top of the buckle here, like that. Bring it pretty much all the way down. Give ourselves a little bit of space. And we're going to put both strands through this gap here. Like that. So you can see what I did there. Both strands through. I'm going to make sure they're on their respective sides. Okay, so I'm going to pull that all the way through. So the buckle is now pretty much all the way to the end. And then we're going to take each strand, we're going to bend it, bring them forward on the respective side, like this. I'm going to bring them around to the front, like so. And then I'm going to cut my paracord both lengths right about here. So we'll have two frayed ends here. I'm going to melt them together, and then our bracelet will be finished with the buckle like that. Okay, so you can refer to my original snake knot video on the exact steps for that, but that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So I'm going to attach that, and then we'll do the last finishing touches on our minion. And so for the final finishing touch, as we did before, we're going to take a piece of gutted 550 paracord. I'm just going to wrap it around the minion here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to snip both ends just about right there. I'm going to melt them together, and also just to be extra safe, I'm going to put a dab of super glue right here, put that piece on top, and bring these around, snip and cinch them, melt them together. And then when you've got the strap here, you can take your googly eye and just glue that on top as well, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to do that now, and we'll be finished. And there we have it, guys. I'm done. So as you can see, I did the last final finishing touches on the minion. It's got the googly eye added on, right, and the band there melted on, and our bracelet is finished nicely here. I think I'll have to go back and maybe just smooth that out a little more, but it should be okay. And that's about it. So as you can see, this is the Paracord Minion snake knot bracelet. Started with this kind of Minion key fob, but now we've transformed it into a bracelet. And now, yeah, you can wear it. So I think it's pretty cool. I think you guys will like it. So if there's anything that you're unsure of or that you're unclear of, please do leave a comment or question down below. If you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe. That would really help me out. And yeah, stay tuned to the end for other interesting videos that you might like, and any other all related links are down below. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.